Hello, everyone, and welcome to AC Publishing. My name is Laleh Hancock, and I am so excited to be chatting with Donnielle Carter today. Hey, Donnielle.
Hello, Laleh. So
You
good to
know,
see you.
it's so good to see you, and we're in the same country, which is so rare.
It is rare.
We're both in the US today. We got Danielle in Utah early morning,
Mhm.
and me in the DC area. And, you know, Danielle, you are a co-author on Right Body for You
Yes.
with Gary Douglas, the
hmm
founder of Access Consciousness. And this particular book is a book which is one of the early books that I actually read. And, I remember even talking with you about Right Body for You. Why is it called Right Body for You? Do you want to talk a little bit about this incredible book?
Oh gosh, how much time do we have? You can't give me an opening like that. Um, and it's funny that you talk about why is it called Right Body for You? Because I tried to talk Gary out of the name
Yeah.
because I was like, I okay, Gary, I know in this class, in this book, we're inviting people to listen to their body and be friends with their body and just have the beautifulness of it and the communion with it and not judge it and enjoy it. But isn't the right body a judgment? Because, well, like, can't we change it? I mean, it was this massive campaign trying to get
Yeah.
Gary to change the name, and if you've ever tried to argue with Gary Douglas, you kind of sound like a yapping chihuahua
Good
around his
luck.
ankles.
Good
Go
luck.
Yeah, going right? And then he just looks at you and goes, "No." And you have this big campaign, this big argument. He's like, "No." And then I finally figured it out because people are looking for the right body.
Yeah.
And so, that's the invitation to people. But then the gift, and spoiler alert, the gift when you read the book is that the right body for you is the body you have.
Mm.
No matter size, shape, health level, it's your creation partner, it's your life partner. You don't spend more time with anything else in this entire life than your body. And it is so much more than this piece of meat that we've been told that we're dragging around, is that it'll be the death of us, which always makes me laugh when people are like, oh, my body will be the death of me. I'm like, not of you. um, and and so we've really been taught to shy away from what connection to our body can do, because it's more than healing it. Your
Yeah.
body gives you information, it gives you, oh gosh, it gives you insight, it gives you tips, it helps you know directions to go, it gives you information about the earth, bodies, infinite beings, other dimensions and planets. I mean, it's absolutely, absolutely amazing.
Yeah. It's interesting. I'm in the DC area and I lived here a total of 25 years,
Mhm.
but I never lived in this part of Bethesda. And all I had to do was my body was like, okay, we're going for a walk. And I got to the street and I was like, okay, body, right or left? And it
Mhm.
was left. And then I was like, okay. And then we got to a point where I was just like, okay, now's the time for me to again ask my body, where are we going? And it was another left. And it took me down the street that honestly, I've never walked down that street. It's a major street that has traffic going fast continuously. But it ended up being the Naval Hospital, where years ago I brought the Access bars to that naval base
Oh,
for
wow.
active duty, for the military who were injured, for the veterans and their caregivers. And it was an acknowledgement of the things that we've done that I just haven't thought about in a long time. but it also was the birds singing, the trees, and how rarely in America people take a walk. They're
Very true.
usually in their car and they're not noticing the beauty and the noise that's going on outside their car. And it was so healing for me, but it was also such a good moment of acknowledgement. And I'm not sure I would have chosen left and left if I didn't ask my body.
Yep. That's one of the fun things about using your body as a source of information and not a source of the answer,
Yeah.
but a source of information because it doesn't do it with judgment. One of the biggest myths that I like to dispel is people go, "My body's mad at me." I'm like, "Really? Then you're rare because I've never, in all the thousands of people I've facilitated, I've never met a body that's mad at an infinite being."
Yeah.
And so, because the bodies just don't judge.
Yeah.
And so, you would think like, "Oh, well, I'm not going to turn left here because that's a busy road." Whereas the body, because it's not doing the judgment, has the ability to receive infinitely without filter. Whereas we try to filter information because we're cute that way. And so, yeah. And so the body's like, "No, go left because Laleh, you need to remember this. You need to recall this about yourself." And it's helping the universe deliver that information. And yeah, it's such a beautiful thing.
Well, and I ended up walking 6 miles yesterday and didn't even feel like much,
Mhm.
again, like the strength of our bodies and what we're capable of. That a lot of times, if you would have said to me before I left, "You're going to walk 6 miles," I would have had, "Really? Do I really? Like, that seems so
Am I
far."
wearing the right shoes?
Well, I was wearing my tennis shoes, so that's a good thing. But like the thoughts would have continued to, "Hey, do I really want to do this? Maybe we do something different." But without even having that and just following the body, it was such ease to have 6 miles of walking.
Mhm.
And what I got to experience, dogs and trees and lots of businesses, and seeing the change here. How many new buildings are up and running, like it just was such a different experience. And I know that when Gary asked you to write the first chapter of The Right Body for You, he noticed that in you too, like, do you want to talk a little bit about that chapter one and maybe the moment he even asked you about it?
Yeah, actually, it was interesting. It's interesting. Yeah, sorry. Speaking about recalling stuff. Yeah, the first chapter is my story. And it's interesting because I've actually been in the world of bodies, health and bodies. Oh golly, I'm gonna give away my age, but 35 plus years. Simply because my mom was a nutritionist and she did a health talk radio show. And so I learned about bodies a long time,
Yeah.
but I didn't like mine.
Hmm.
You know, I was not grateful I had a body. I was not thrilled to wake up with it every day. I really thought like, "Oh, all the limitations in my life would be better if I didn't have a body." And not like as in kill myself way, just as in like it'd be better if I could just think and process and not have to like, do stuff with my body. And so even with all the knowledge, all the health knowledge and everything, and then I took my very first foundation class in 2008. And because Dr. Dane, our friend Dr. Dane here, was on my mom's radio show. Right. That's how I found out about access in general. And during that class, he was like, "Hey, would you be willing to ask your body for everything that pertains to it?" I'm like, "Why? Why on earth would I do that? You're supposed to tell bodies what to do. You're supposed to control them. Yeah, be nice to them and, heal them, but, you're in charge." And I went to dinner that night with my mom and sister and her family, and I was like, "Okay, fine." And so the first thing I did is like, "Hey, body, what would you like to eat?" And it was at this restaurant that we'd been to a million times. And I started getting information, and it was really interesting. And I'm like, "What?" And then after that, re-listening to the class and everything, I took a moment and I just really got present with my body. And, all this is in the book. It's all very interesting. Um, and then I really started receiving information from my body. And the key thing is my body was finally like, "Hi, I've been waiting." And not like, "Hi, I've been waiting. Finally, you're listening to me." It was just such a gentle presence of like, "Hi, okay, let's do this." And then I started taking more access classes, as you do. And in 4 months, I became a CF because, that's sometimes we do things fast and it's nuts, the certified facilitator of access. And I remember that CF class because I had this like itch in the back of my head. And I'm like, I'm going to ask Gary if I can contribute anything to anything. I just like my body was tingling, and I'm just like, I just feel like I have this like, am I supposed to do? I feel like am I contributing something? What's going on, right? And I was just like, this thought kept going through my head, and thought or awareness, or that information coming in, and my body was tingling. I was so excited, and so this was way back in 2008, and we had to stand in line with papers to get our contract signed, right? It wasn't this electronic stuff that we do now. So we're standing in line, and I get up there and I'm like, "Hey, Gary, I just want you to know that, if you ever feel I can contribute something." And I was already working with Access at that point, right? I was doing some editing stuff. Like, "But if you ever feel like I can contribute anything to anything, you let me know." He's like, "Okay, good. Go talk with the editor and da 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 da. I want you to take over Right Body for You and write the book and then start the workshops and stuff." I went, "Oh." I just kind of walked away in a daze with my contract. I don't even can't remember if I got it signed. I'm like, "Oh." But that's that awareness, and my body was all tingling and excited. And like, I swear my body said it before the infinite being could stop it. And so it's really cool. And I think Gary was just like, "Okay, good." Like, she got the information, right? And that's how it happened. And then he signed the next person's contract. I'm like, "What just happened?" I think my life changed.
Yeah, your life changed just a little bit after that,
A
right?
little bit, yeah.
But one of my favorite parts in chapter one is actually when you start to talk about when people look at changing their bodies, the size of their bodies and things of that sort. It's so interesting because most resonate to, "Oh, I've been told it has to be hard. I have to go run 10,000 miles a day and hate myself." Stop eating everything I enjoy, get rid of the sugar. And yet, in chapter one, you seem to have a different way that you were
Yes.
communicating and being with your body, and you and your body actually shape changing, changing
Mhm.
the size and everything else. So, yeah, want to talk about that?
Yeah, absolutely. It's so funny, because chapter 1, I said, is my story, but it's really my story of hating my body to loving my body. And more than even loving, just, like, so grateful for it every day. And, now here I am, a nutritionist mother, every Saturday listening to 3 hours of nutrition experts, people who are supposed to take care of your body and whatnot, right? And when I was losing, I lost a lot of weight really quickly. Within that 4 months, from my first class to my CF class, I went from a size 16 to a 6. I can't tell you how much weight I lost because I threw my scale out the window. But because that's not, I have learned so much since then. And it's like, it's not about the scale, it's not even about the dress size. It's just really about the clothes that your body enjoys, and any outfit, no matter the size, if your body enjoys it, your body will shine and
Yeah.
just look beautiful in it. And so here I am with all this nutrition information, And I was asking my body, "What would you like to eat?" And I swear to goodness, it wanted Doritos and peanut M&Ms. And I was actually on a radio show with my mom, because I got over being shy or pretending to be shy, and, she so we were doing a radio show, and I said something about, like, "Well, you know, peanut M&Ms are kind of a whole food because it's, sugar, salt, water, and not water, but protein, it's almost a whole food." And my sweet nutritionist mother, if you listen to that radio show, you can hear her sigh in the microphone. She just goes, because it's like she doesn't want to contradict her daughter, on air, live. And, but yeah, no, it was really interesting that when I stopped depriving my body and listening to my body, the various things it desired and contributed to it.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying only eat Doritos and peanut M&Ms because your body desires other things as well. My one of my body's favorite things is cheese and crackers, and that's a salt and a sugar as well, with how your body digests it. So it's really just about opening up and listening to your body of what it desires and how it desires it.
Yeah, and the quantity, because I think a
Hmm.
lot of time I love it because in the Right Body for You actually classes, the workshop, we would do this sample of putting out different things and
Hmm.
then really enjoying, allowing your body to choose it.
Yep.
Yeah.
'Cause I devised that in a way it was actually covered so you couldn't see it.
Yeah.
So you had to listen to your body because your body knows the energy of it. So it was like getting you out of your head.
Yeah. But then it was also like how often, even when we think of peanut M&Ms, I love them. Well, it's not about eating the whole bag. But that moment you're present with your body and your body's the one enjoying it, you may only have one, two, or three, or whatever, like, because after that, you're just more like unconsciously eating instead of really being present.
Yep. I call it the go numb and finish your plate.
Yeah.
'Cause and we do that, and then we go numb, we don't listen to our body, we don't, allow it to give us the signals of, "Hey, that's enough. I'm done. I'm." And it could be done with the food, it could be done with that taste, that texture, that flavor, it wants something else. And, one question, because I've checked into a lot of hotels and met with a lot of people while traveling, and they're like, "Hey, what do you do?" And, trying to explain Right Body for You to somebody who's never done it before, they're like, "What?" And so the question I always ask them is like, "So who eats, you or your body?" And they think about that for a minute, and I'm like, "No, who actually does the physical action of eating, you or your body?" They're like, "My body." I'm like, "Yeah. So would you be willing to include it in the conversation? How would you
Mhm.
feel if you were always being told what to do?" And they're like, "Oh, I wouldn't like that." I'm like, "Exactly. So why don't you include your body in the conversation about what it wants to eat and how much and everything?" It's like, so many times I've seen them go, "Okay. Oh, okay. Good. Yeah,
It's
yeah, because
not
it's
what they're
true. Your body
expecting.
eats." Yeah, now and I have a standing offer of a reward for video evidence of an infinite being eating. I have yet to have anybody collect it, and side note, my first career was a, um, marketing production manager of a TV station, so I know video editing, I know AI. Real video proof of an infinite being eating, and nobody's collected. 20 years, right? Almost or 18, 19 years, nobody's collected, so because the infinite being
Oh,
doesn't eat, the body does. Do we get to
yeah.
enjoy it? Sure, but the body's eating.
Yeah. Yeah. This book is so special. Like, I actually was looking at the electronic copy I have, just because I travel so much, I don't get to travel with all my books.
Mhm.
And I was like, I can't remember what I was reading yesterday. There was one part of it. Um, but just it got me like really exploring, like, I don't know how many people are on the planet. There's what, 8 billion
Something like
plus,
that.
something like that, right? Like, even if like half the population knew they have a body that they
Yeah.
can include, what would the world be like? Like this planet, like really, like what kind of a planet would we have if half the population or more knew they actually have a body and they would include them in their communication, in their
Yep.
business, in their life?
Yep. I know it would be an interesting thing because, yeah, it's in the Right Body for You workshops, I used to introduce people to their bodies. I'd be like, "Hi, Bob, this is your body. Body, this is your infinite being, Bob." The body was always like, "I know," and the infinite being's like, "What?" Because even though we have it, we brush its teeth, hair, dress it, how really present are you with your body?
Yeah.
And it's really interesting what's that creating in the world, because it's almost an epidemic of people being in stuck in the sympathetic fight or flight. And so I highly suggest just 30 seconds, hand on the chest, breathing, being present with your body takes you out of that wanting to run away into being present in your life and switching the toggle from the sympathetic nervous system to the parasympathetic. And I've had so many people do that, and they're like, "My whole day changed." I'm like, "Yeah, that's what being present with your body does. Is it actually expands you." People, it's interesting. So many people think like, "Well, if I'm present with my body, I'm contracted." I'm like, not quite the opposite. The more you're present with the body, the more expansive and more information you have and are available.
Yeah. It's interesting what you just said, because like how often we are aware, and our bodies gift us information about our surroundings. It gives us information about the earth. It gives us information about, hey, don't go down this street,
Mhm,
and how often we misidentify just what you described as something that belongs to us, where our body's like, hey, this person has this going on. This person has a knee pain going on. And then, you can feel it in your body, in your knee. And it's like, just how much our body is there to really take great care of us and gift us so
mhm,
much information. And then yet we tend to think it's ours and then blame the body instead of, actually, it's information, it's
yeah,
awareness, and now how can we use it?
yeah. As I said, most people think the body is the bane of their existence instead of their creation partner.
Yeah, yeah. Well, Danielle, I love this book, Right Body for You. I love all the AC books. I'm one of those weirdos. I
I
just
know, I
love
love it.
them all.
I will admit I'm a little partial to Right Body for You myself. It's a good book.
It's a great book. Anything else you'd like to share with people who are going to be watching now or in the future?
Your body's not mad at you, no matter how much you try to think it is. I know I've already said this, but really, it's one of the biggest stumbling blocks I see is people think, "Oh, I have to heal that anger. I have to apologize and make amends to my body, or my body is out to get me. I would do this," but it's not. Your body doesn't do judgment in that way, and I know there's gonna be some people doubt, and they're like, "Well, she hasn't met me." I have, really, I have. And your body is not that petty. And so you might want to ask yourself, where is the anger actually coming from? Because 100% of the time, somebody's like, my body's mad at me. No, you're actually mad at your body. Let's explore that. And one of my, yeah, and it's like, how are you talking to your body? That's really the other thing. How are you talking to your body? Because your body is always listening, and your body will give you everything you want. You just need to be careful what you're asking for. Because I have seen people ask for a limitation, and the body, with absolutely no point of view, go, okay. And then we, as the infinite being, go, WTF, body? I was gonna do that, but you stopped me." And then energetically, "Thanks for stopping me. I didn't wanna do that." Right? So it's like, yeah, your body's not mad at you. Your body's giving you what you were asking for. What are you asking for?
Yeah. I say our bodies are actualization agents, like what you
Mhm.
say, your body helps you create it. So, like you said, be
Absolutely.
aware of what you're asking for.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Danielle. And thanks to you and Gary Douglas for this book. And people, you can find it at acpublishing.com. There is many versions of this book actually available depending on how you enjoy it. I have my Kindle
Yep.
version that travels everywhere around the world with me and my physical one that's here in Maryland. um but yeah, like what can we actually create with our bodies now that just wasn't even available yesterday? So yeah, I'm really excited about more people knowing about this book. And you
Me
guys have
too.
any questions, let us know. Yeah. Thank you,
Absolutely.
Danielle.
Thanks, Laleh.
All right, big hugs everyone. Bye bye.